Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuronmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Especially in this month, we should discuss and meditate on the aspects of Sri Vrindavan Dham. Who else can relish bhakti in Vrindavan more than Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So today we will discuss Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entering Mathurā and performing various pastimes in Mathurā. And we'll continue this theme and we'll see what he did in Vrindavan. And we'll continue the Vrindavan description for next sessions also. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he started from Jagannath Puri and then he proceeded higher and higher, northern side. He passed through the Jarikhanda forest and he delivered so many animals there. He made all of them chant Hare Krishna. And from there he went to Varanasi. And then after that he went more ahead and he took bath in Prayag. And from there he started proceeding towards Mathurā. It is described by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Pathe jaha jaha haya yamuna darshana taha jaha padiya pade preme achetana. So obviously while going towards Mathurā, many places you would see Yamuna. In general also, even while going through Jarikhanda forest or in Varanasi or wherever you would see a water body, you would jump in that, saying it's Yamuna. And along with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there was a great Brahmana, very simple Brahmana, Balabhadra Bhattacharya. He was there and he would see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doing all this. He would be scared. What's happening to my Mahaprabhu? And he would go and save Mahaprabhu. So here it is said, while going to Mathurā, when he would actually see Yamuna, wherever he would see Yamuna, immediately he'll jump in. I can imagine you're just walking on the straight path and suddenly you run and then jump in the waters. That to deep waters of Jamuna. And after falling, you're not swimming. You become unconscious in water and you start floating. What will happen to those who are coming with us walking on the path? That was the situation of Balabhadra Bhattacharya. Mathurā nikate aayela, Mathurā dekhiya, dandavata haya pade, prema vishta haya. So this was all going on all the time. The Lord was absorbed in the glories of Sri Vrindavan, Mathurā Dham, Mathurā Mandal. Through all this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is showing us how important it is to be absorbed in the glories of these different places. Today I was just getting this thought. How much it takes to offer a fragrant flower mentally? How much it takes? Just close your eyes and you think, okay, a beautiful big lotus flower and you offer. Fragrant. And then you get celestial kadamba flowers and then you offer. What it takes? Nothing. But you see, most of us will not be doing this. It doesn't take much. It just takes a presence of mind and a thought. With love and devotion, let me offer something to Krishna. We can offer flowers from Goloka Vrindavan also. We don't know how they look, but then we can still pluck and offer. We can make Radha and Krishna sit on a jeweled throne or offer diamond necklaces to them. We can do a lot of things like that. But unfortunately, our minds are so much engrossed in sense gratification. We don't get thought of serving, but we get thoughts of sense gratification. When I was thinking like this, I was feeling so bad today. Then immediately I closed my eyes and offered a white lotus flower with fragrance to the Lord. Yes. That's very important that mentally also we remain absorbed. For that, we need to read Shastra. Then we'll know that what is what. Then we can at least recollect these different places, the glories of these places, the pastimes that Lord has performed, we'll be able to recollect. So to read these different scriptures given to us is very, very important. And here, Mahaprabhu all the time is running towards Mathura and he is just meditating on Mathura Mandal, that how wonderfully Lord Sri Krishna has performed pastimes there. And now when he came close to Mathura, immediately he fell to the ground and he offered his obeisances with great ecstatic love. Then he went ahead. And what he did? Mathura siya kaila Vishranti tirthe snana Janma sthane Keshava dekhi Karila pranama. So first thing, as soon as he entered Mathura, he took his bath in Vishram Ghat. So Vishram Ghat has a lot of significance in various different ways. So he took bath there. And from there he went to the birthplace of Lord Krishna, the Mathura jail. And from there he goes to a temple called Keshavji. Keshavji is very famous. And all these different places is offering obeisances. For your information, Lord Krishna's great-grandson, his name was Vajranabh. So Vajranabh established 16 deities in Brajamandal. 16 deities. He established 4 devas in Vrindavan. Sri Hari Deva in Govardhan. Then we have Sri Keshav Dev in Mathura. Then Sri Baladev at Beldev. And 4th one is Govinda Dev in Vrindavan, which Rupa Goswami had discovered. These are 4 devas of Vrindavan. Then he established 2 Nathas. One is the Srinathji, who was discovered by Madhavendra Puri, worshipped on Govardhan, but later shifted to Nathadwara. And then Sri Gopinath deity. Again, that was worshipped in Vrindavan and then it was shifted to Jaipur. Then he also established 4 Mahadevas, the 4 Shivlingas. One is Chakleshwar Mahadev at Govardhan, Kameshwar Mahadev at Kamyavan, Bhuteshwar Mahadev at Mathura, and Gopeshwar Mahadev in Vrindavan. So these 4 Mahadev deities he established. Then he established 4 Devis. He established Manasi Devi in Govardhan, Vrinda Devi in Kamyavan, Patala Devi at Mathura, and Yogamaya Devi at Vrindavan. He also established 2 Gopals. One is Madan Gopal. Later, he was known as Madan Mohan. So this deity, Madan Mohan. Currently, Madan Mohan is in Karoli, Rajasthan. And then Sakshi Gopal was just called Gopal. And when Gopal walked all the way from Vrindavan to Vidyanagar, then he was given the name Sakshi Gopal. So that's a Gopal. So like this, the 16 deities which Vajranabh had established. Out of the 16, Keshav Dev is what we are discussing. So Lord came to Mathura and he went to Keshav Dev and then he paid his obeisances. Now, wherever Lord would go, this would be his activities. What he would do? Premanande nache gaya sagana hunkara prabhura prema vesha dekhi loke chamatkar. When Lord would enter any temple, he would first chant loudly. He would dance in ecstasy. And while dancing, it would make huge sounds, roaring sounds. In Parampara, we see that while dancing, it happens here also. Yes, and devotees make roaring sounds in between. Along with this, Mahaprabhu would continuously shed tears, hair standing on, and all that is understood. That's but obvious, wherever he goes, this is happening. So looking at all this, other people are wondering, who is this? So much of ecstatic love, so much of prema. Who is this? So when Mahaprabhu was dancing, suddenly another person joined the dance. Eka vipra pade Prabhura charana dharya Prabhu sange nritya kare Prema vishta hayya. So you can imagine Mahaprabhu jumping and dancing, shedding tears, rolling on the ground. And suddenly a Brahmana comes, falls at the feet of Mahaprabhu. And after falling at the feet of Mahaprabhu, he also started dancing ecstatically with Mahaprabhu. This Brahmana is very special. And now two people are dancing and everyone else is watching. Duhe preme nritya kare, kare kola kuli, Hare Krishna kaha duhe bale bahu tuli. So both of them, in great ecstatic love, they're dancing. And then while dancing, they'll come together and they'll embrace each other. And then raising their arms, they would tell everyone, chant, chant, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. They would loudly chant, Hari Hari, Krishna Krishna. They would loudly chant. Then when they would be so ecstatic, you will see when the lead singer is ecstatic or the speaker is ecstatic, audience naturally becomes ecstatic. So here, these are the two leads and they are ecstatic. So when they were ecstatic, so what were others doing? Loka Hari Hari Bale, Kolahala Haila, Keshava Sevaka Prabhu Ke Mala Paraila. So when they were telling Hari Hari, everyone in the crowd, they went into ecstasy and loudly they started chanting, Hari Hari, Hari Hari, Hari Hari. How can we understand what were they actually relishing there? Seeing Mahaprabhu dance. It's not ordinary to get opportunity to see Mahaprabhu dancing. And all these pious souls in Mathura, devotees, they were able to see Mahaprabhu dancing and they were going in ecstasy and they were chanting Hari Hari. And immediately at that time, the pujari of the Keshav temple, he got the garland, put it around the neck of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So at this point, Loke kahe Prabhu dekhi, Haya Vismaya, Aiche hena prema laukika kabunaya. So everyone, they were all wondering, looking at Mahaprabhu, talking to each other, wondering. In great wonder, surprise. They were thinking, he cannot be an ordinary person. Such transcendental love cannot be seen in any ordinary person. It's not an ordinary thing. They're all talking to each other. And then, after talking to each other, they started again saying, Jahara darshane loke, preme matta haya, hase kande nache gaya, Krishna namalaya. People said, are simply looking at him, simply looking at Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everyone is going mad. Everyone. They're going in mad with love for Krishna. And what is everyone doing? Some people are laughing, hase. And some people, they're crying, kande. There's some people who are dancing, some people who are chanting. And the others, they're just loudly shouting the holy names of Krishna. In this way, all of them, they're all immersed and those people are observing. I don't know how they were not affected, but they were observing. So when they were observing, they're saying, oh, who is he? What is his identity? Looks like some jnanis were present there, analyzing, who is he? Who is he? So at that time, they came to a conclusion. Looking at all these extraordinary activities of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and looking at him and all the people who are inundated with love for Krishna, at that time they concluded. And the conclusion was, Sarvata Nischita Iho, Krishna Avatara, Mathura Aila Lokera Karite Nistara. Pakka, this Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is non-different than Krishna himself. For sure. Now someone might ask, but why has he come to Mathura? And then some other person is saying, he has come to Mathura to deliver everyone. Only reason he has come to Mathura is to deliver everyone. It's so nice to note that wherever Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would go, there just by looking at him, people would go mad chanting Hare Krishna. A similar description about Srila Prabhupada. When Prabhupada would do kirtan, when Prabhupada would go to some place, there would be some people, not all, but some people, they would come crying, they would fall at the feet of Srila Prabhupada and surrender their life at Srila Prabhupada's lotus feet. There will be some people like that. And some people, just by looking at Srila Prabhupada, sitting in his kirtan, on the same day, they would give up drugs. Renounced drugs. Renounced alcohol. Some people would renounce their girlfriends also. And boyfriends also. and whatever. And they would take a vow, Jeena hai to abhi shuddha jeevan. I'll live a pure life. This is the power of darshan of a pure devotee. Darshana pavitra koro, ei tumhara guna. That's the power of a pure devotee's darshan. Now just imagine, Sakshat Bhagavan is there in front. And all the others, they are pious, they are innocent. When they are looking at the Lord with non-envious mood, offenseless mood, naturally all of them, they are feeling a transformation of the heart. Therefore, it's very important that when we advance in Krishna consciousness, we are doing a great service to the entire society, because just by our presence, many, many people around will get benefited. Sometimes people say, the ones who are ignorant, they say, what are these people doing? These are the parasites on the society. They're just trying to suck from the society. No. They are the real givers in the society. They are the real sustainers of the society. Because of these people who are practicing bhakti intensely, because of these people who are going deep in Krishna consciousness and deeply praying to Krishna for the welfare of everyone, this world is getting sustained. It is described, when there is no devotee on this planet, this entire planet will be annihilated completely. The fact that the planet is sustaining, it means pure devotees are existing on this planet. Therefore, how important it is to become a pure devotee. How important. It's a great service to the entire society. Great service. And obviously we all know that anyone who becomes a pure devotee, their entire family lineage gets delivered. Entire family lineage. So wonderful. And here, just by looking at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were able to understand, oh, he's not ordinary. Pakka is Krishna himself, and he has come to deliver all of us. So after all this, Mahaprabhu, he knew his own identity, who is he? But then when he saw this Brahmana jumping and dancing, he thought, who is he? Pata karna padega kaun hai? Same ecstasies like mine. Who is he? Then Mahaprabhu called. I took him to one corner. Tabe Mahaprabhu say, Brahmane laya tahare puchila kichu nibrite vasiya. He said, come. And I took him to a solitary place. And there he started asking a question. Now this question is very deep. He's asking, Arya sarala tumi vriddha brahmana. Oh, you're so elderly. And at the same time, you're very, very sincere. And you're advanced in spiritual life. Kahan hai te paile tumi ei prema dhana. My question is, where did you get this transcendental opulence of ecstatic love for Krishna? Where did you get it from? क्योंकि मेरे आने से पहले ही था आपके पास तो. मैंने तो नहीं दिया. Where did you get it from? At that time, the Brahmana started speaking. Very important things what Brahmana is saying. Vipra kahe, Shripad, Shri Madhavendra Puri, Brahmite Aila, Mathurā Nagari. You know what? Once upon a time, Srila Madhavendra Puri had come to Mathura. He went to different holy places. And finally he came to Mathura. And when he came to Mathura, Kripa kari teho mora, Nilaye aila more shishya kari mora, hate bhiksha kaila. Oh, Shripad Madhavendra Puri was so merciful. So very merciful. He visited my house. He accepted me as his disciple. And then, you know what? He took lunch at my place. Madhavendra Puri. It's not ordinary, yeah? It's not ordinary. It's such great people going to someone's home and accepting lunch there. That entire family becomes the Kripa Patra, not just of that sadhu, even of Krishna. I always had this question that say I'm praying or I'm serving a devotee. So how by serving a devotee, I'll receive Krishna's mercy? I used to always have this question. And at times, another question that I would get is, the great soul is walking there, I'm from here, I'm paying obeisance. Now he also does not know that I'm paying obeisance to him. How will I advance in bhakti? So very nicely, I got a wonderful answer. Krishna is watching. And for Krishna, all his pure devotees are life and soul. And when Krishna sees that we are respecting a devotee, even if that devotee is not observing what we are doing to him, what service we are rendering to him. Because many times it so happens that Now, some great soul comes and then there are many devotees who cook and they offer. Now, this person does not know who has cooked, but he is having nice time, having prasad. So, I used to always wonder, how will they get mercy? Then I used to tell Prabhuji that the devotee made this, that this devotee made this for you. Then with time I realized actually that is not needed. If this devotee is pleased, Krishna will be pleased and Krishna would shower mercy. Yes. Because Krishna is very, very possessive about his pure devotees. And anyone who serves his pure devotees, naturally, Krishna blesses those servants with advancement in Krishna consciousness. What do you think was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's expression as soon as he heard Madhavendra Puri? Yes. Ecstatic. It's not given here, but we can speculate. Yes. It would be very ecstatic, with wide open eyes, with eagerness. He'd be looking at the Brahmana. Aur batao. Aur kya ki Madhavendra Puri? Gopala prakata kari, seva kaila mahashaya, adhyapiha tahara seva, govardhane haya. You know what? Srila Madhavendra Puri, he discovered the Gopal deity. So one of the 16 deities which I mentioned. He discovered the Gopal deity. And he rendered service to the Lord. And that very deity is still worshipped here on Govardhan. So who is telling? The Brahmana is telling. To whom? To the Supreme Personality of Godhead. About whom? Supreme Personality of Godhead. Shuni Prabhu Kaila Tara. I should ask you all before I tell the shloka. So when the Brahmana is speaking all this, what was the first thing that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did? Can you speculate? He embraced him. So one option A is embraced. Obeisance. Let's hear from Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami. Shuni Prabhu Kailatara Charana Vandana. So you're correct. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he immediately offered obeisances to the Brahmana. Arey Bapre, Madhavendra Puri's Shishya. Matlab, my spiritual master. He's my spiritual master's god brother. It means he's my spiritual master. Dandavat. When he was paying Dandavat, tell me what was Brahmana doing? Okay, he was fearful and he did what with that fear? You're correct. Bhaya paya prabhu paya padila brahmana. As soon as he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offering obeisance to him, he also offered obeisances to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And now he was offering obeisances out of fear. Why was Brahmana fearful? What's wrong? He's anyways elderly. Mahaprabhu is just, he will be around his 30 or whatever the age. He is elderly, Brahmana. Mahaprabhu is offering obeisance. Why he has to be fearful and offer obeisance? He is wearing the attire of a sannyasi. Let's see what the Brahmana says and what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. First and foremost, when Brahmana paid obeisance to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt, what is this? Spiritual master paying obeisance to me? Immediately he said, Prabhu kahe tome guru, ami shishya praya. Are Baba, you are my guru. I am your shishya. Guru haya shishya namaskarana juyaya. It is not befitting that a guru paying obeisance to Shishya. So at that time, the Brahmana got surprised. And he said, Shuniya vismita vipra kahe bhaya paya aiche baat kaha kene sannyasi haya. Aise mat kaho. Why are you saying like this that I am your guru? You are a sannyasi. You are such a great sannyasi. And you are paying obeisance to me. No. See, this is Vaishnav culture. In Vaishnav culture, people find reasons to respect other person. Yes. And those people who search for reasons to put down someone, they are not Vaishnavas. They're not even practicing Vaishnavas. They are just some people around, participating in some fancy dress, wearing Vaishnava attire. Yes. So, Vaishnavas are the ones who will always search for reasons to appreciate other person, to respect other person. So many times people ask this question in the devotee community, that even when someone is doing some nonsensical activity, how can I respect him? So if you are a devotee, you'll be able to find some qualities or some reason to continue respecting that person. And this we see in Vaishnava communities. Even when personalities like Ramachandra Puri, who was straightforward offending Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in various ways, still Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would find reasons to pay obeisance to him. He would say, no, he is my spiritual master's god brother. Pay obeisances. Therefore, it's very important etiquette and a very important meditation that we should find reasons to respect other Vaishnav in the community. We have to find reasons to respect other Vaishnav in the ashram. Very, very important. It's very easy to find faults. What's so great in Kali Yuga to find faults? That's what Shukadeva Goswami is saying. Kaler dosha nide rajan. In Kali Yuga, everyone is full of faults. The entire Kali Yuga is full of faults. And if you are finding faults, what's so great about it? What's so great about it? But in that faults, in that pile of faults, if you can find one good quality and then wholeheartedly respect that person for that one good quality, then yes, Krishna will be very pleased. And after all, as devotees who want to attain pure devotional service, we want to please Krishna. And what else we want? When we know that if we respect some devotee wholeheartedly, Krishna is pleased. What else we want in life? But sincere devotees will be able to implement this. Others will not be able to. Because to respect others is an austerity, which Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, the first bodily austerity is offering obeisance to others. So when I was compiling the book about one pillar called austerity, so this shloka I took and I started analyzing. I was thinking, why offering respects to other person is an austerity? Because actually the fact is, we don't want to offer respects to anyone. We want to receive respect for one's own self. Why I want to receive respect for myself? Because I am Prabhu. I am master. For that I have come to this material world to become master. And naturally I want others to offer me respect. I am not very keen about offering respects to others. Therefore it's an austerity. I don't like it, but still voluntarily I do it. Therefore it's called as an austerity. Krishna is mentioning as the first point of bodily austerity, offering respects to others. Therefore, as devotees, we need to find reasons to respect other Vaishnavas in the community. Very, very important. And if every devotee does this in the community, just imagine the entire Vaishnava community will be so thickly knit, so thickly bonded, and naturally the entire community will keep progressing on the path of Krishna consciousness. Because Krishna will be very pleased with each one of them. So after this, Brahmana asked a question. First, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked a question to Brahmana. Who are you? So much of ecstasy. Where did you get it from? So now the Brahmana is asking question to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What did Brahmana ask Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? My God, you're so intelligent. He also asked this. He said, Kintu tumara prema dekhi, mane anumani. This ecstatic love and I'm seeing in you, I'm getting a doubt. And what is that doubt? Madhvendra Purira Sambandha Dhara Jani. Pakka you have a relationship with Madhvendra Puri. Kya bolte ho? Hai ki nahi? And then he continued and he says, Krishna prema taha jaha, tahara sambandha. Taha vina ei premara kaha nahi gandha. This kind of ecstatic love that you are experiencing can be experienced only if the person has a relationship with Madhvendra Puri. Without Madhvendra Puri, such transcendental ecstasy is not possible. So that time immediately Bhattacharya was there. Balabhadra Bhattacharya, he came forward and he explained. Tabe Bhattacharya tare sambandha kahila. Immediately, I'll tell you the fact. You know who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He is the disciple of Ishvara Puri. And I'm sure that Brahmana will be knowing who is Ishvara Puri. And Ishvara Puri is disciple of Madhvendra Puri. Now when this was told by Bhattacharya to that Brahmana, tell me what was the mood of the Brahmana? He was ecstatic. Shunyanandita vipra nachite lagila. Immediately start jumping and dancing. Hari bol, so wonderful, so wonderful. You're so closely related to Madhavendra Puri. So when I was reading this few shlokas, suddenly a thought came to my mind. This Brahmana is so confident. If you have this ecstatic love, इसका मतलब कुछ तो connection है माधवेंद्र पुरी के साथ. So I was just wondering that this connection is what actually brings mercy in our life. This connection. Now just imagine we stand in front of Krishna. What will we introduce ourselves as? Kartikeya Das. Suna hi hoga. What will you introduce? Say you're standing in front of Krishna. What will you introduce yourself as? When we introduce ourselves as in connection with someone whom Krishna loves, then Krishna will look at us and shower His mercy. Therefore, our connection to the pure soul, Siddhatma, Siddha, will attract the mercy of Krishna. Very, very important. Very, very important. Sunday, one devotee was asking me that in their village, there are Sahajiyas. So they ask, it seems, what is the need of parampara? What is the need of parampara? Me, my Krishna. I am chanting the holy names, I am serving Krishna, I am cooking for him, I am doing everything. So what is the need of parampara? No, these offenders will never understand what's the need of parampara. Aparadhis can never understand the importance of parampara. Because parampara is the one that attracts the mercy. When we are connected to the parampara and when we are chased through the parampara, you know what happens? Since we are following the instruction given by the parampara, acharyas, naturally Krishna becomes very pleased. Because he sees, oh, he's a dog of parampara. Very nice. This dog is very nice. This dog should be allowed. The servant should be allowed in my internal group of associates. Krishna allows. Very, very important. We see in various examples in Chaitanya Charitamrita. One example is Sarum Bhattacharya's son-in-law. His name was Amogha. In short, Amogha, somehow he was envying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All the time finding faults and blaspheming. Therefore, Sarum Bhattacharya would always keep Amogha away when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would come home. But one day, Sarum Bhattacharya and his wife had invited Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for prasad. And they made sure Amogha is not there in home. They started serving Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this was the mood of the devotees. They would serve a lot of prasad to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because they knew very well. Jai Gaur, Sai Krishna, Sai Jagannath. Jagannath can eat 7 times Chappan Bhog in the temple. Why this person, who is Jagannath himself, he cannot eat little more prasad than what normally he eats? They would serve a lot. So Mahaprabhu would accept because they are offering with so much of love. So that prasad was served on the plate and then Amogha came somehow inside and he looked at prasad. What is? Sannyasi eating so much of prasad? Shame on you. And he went on speaking, blaspheming the Lord. And Sarum Bhattacharya was going mad. And Sarum Bhattacharya just looked at him. And Amogha understood. Abhi bhagna chahiye mujhe yahan se. He was just going towards the door and here Sarum Bhattacharya picked up a stick and started running behind him. Out! Now what happened after this is, Amogha, he got a deadly disease, cholera. At that time it's deadly. And he was about to die. This news came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got to know this. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he went immediately to Amogha. He kept his hand on the chest of Amogha and he started saying, why can't you be a good devotee? Why there is so much of kalmash in your heart? And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he invested love of God in the heart of Amogha and he said, chant the holy names, get up. And Amogha, who was about to die, he got up and started chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He started jumping and dancing. So at that time, this question might come, oh Lord, he blasphemed you, but still you showered your mercy. Why? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Prabhu Ashvasana Kare, Sparshitara Gatra. With Amogha, he was crying piteously. He was just clapping his own face to an extent that his cheeks became red and swollen. Because he realized that what offense he has done. So at that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went, he was giving him solace. And then he said, giving him ashvasan, Sarvabhauma sambandhe tumi more sneha patra. Because you are connected to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, who is very dear to my heart, therefore you have received my mercy. And he said, Amoga, you are a relative of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Let me tell you, Sarvabhauma grihe dasa, dasi je kukura, sneha more priya anye janarahu dura. Forget about relatives. Relatives is too high. In the house of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Das, Dasi, even Kukura, dog, they are all the patra of my affection. I shower my affection onto all of them because they are all connected to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. This is the power of connection. Connection with the pure soul who is dear to Krishna is very, very important. It's a myth that without accepting a parampara, I can ever attain Krishna. It's a myth. Because when we ourselves don't have any qualification, and if we don't have connection with those who have qualification, then where is the question of we attaining Krishna ever? Therefore, the best and the most simplest thing is stay connected to those who are qualified, who are dear to Krishna. Serve them, and naturally we will advance because we will receive mercy of Krishna. Very, very important. So this is one point, which we can see in this pastime. Other thing, just by looking at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this Brahmana could make out kuch to connection hai Madhavendra Puri ke saath. So our behavior brings glory or disgrace to the parampara. Our behavior will decide. Very, very important. When someone does some nonsensical activity, it destroys the faith of others in the parampara. Oh, hey, is parampara ka hai? Such a nonsensical person he is. And what will happen, looking at those illicit activities which a person might have done, other people will refrain. नहीं, हम नहीं जाएंगे. ऐसे जगह पे तो नहीं जाएंगे. ऐसे परंपरा को तो follow नहीं करेंगे. Obviously, people don't understand parampara, but they understand organization now. Yes. So when they see a ISKCON devotee, behaving weirdly, or in some ISKCON centers when some illicit activity is seen and it's public, and people say, ये सब होता है ISKCON में, जाना ही नहीं है ISKCON में, जाना ही नहीं है, so गंदे लोग हैं ये सब. Just imagine, just because of one or two people, the entire name of the organization is spoiled. As soon as I say the name of the organization, name of Prabhupada and the parampara is questioned. Therefore, our activity, our behavior will bring disgrace to the parampara if our behavior is not proper. But at the same time, when we become pure devotees, at that time, glory of Srila Prabhupada will increase. Many times people ask, "Kyun banna chahiye Shuddha Bhakt?" Because you want to go to Golok Vrindavan, because you want to go there and enjoy Vaikuntha, no Kuntha. Therefore, you want to enjoy there, a place which does not have any suffering. Actually, with time, as we advance in bhakti, we will see that at least theoretically we will understand that I don't want to go to Golok to enjoy. Maybe internally we want to go there to enjoy, but at least externally in theory, we understand that I don't want to go to enjoy, I want to serve. Yes. So therefore, when it comes to becoming a pure devotee, we get a reason that I want to increase the glory of the entire parampara, starting with Srila Prabhupada. Therefore, I want to become a pure devotee. Why? If you become pure devotee, what will happen? Because just by we rendering pure devotional service, everyone around will be affected, as I already mentioned. Positively, they'll be affected. And we become a pure devotee. Naturally, so many people will get attracted and they would also want to come and join this parampara. And now, when they start practicing Krishna consciousness, just because we became the instrument, so the entire parampara will be very, very pleased with us. Very, very pleased. Therefore, our meditation should be that I want to become a pure devotee just to please the entire parampara, just to bring glory to Srila Prabhupada, to the spiritual master, to Prabhupada and the entire parampara. A very, very important thing to note. Because our behavior is going to decide a lot of things for newcomers, for new people, about the parampara, about the spiritual master, and about the acharya of this age. Therefore, We have to aim at becoming a pure devotee. Currently, what am I supposed to do? At least currently, Srila Prabhupada expected you become a gentleman. ठीक है, प्योर डिवोटी अगर बाद में आ रहा है तो कोई बात नहीं, चलो एटलीस्ट बिकम अ जेंटलमैन नाउ. When it comes to your speech, when it comes to your actions, be a gentleman. And how to be a gentleman? By following Vaishnava etiquette. Follow Vaishnava etiquette strictly. You like it, you don't like, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. मुझे अच्छा लगता है, नहीं लगता है, doesn't matter. I have to follow Vaishnava etiquette if I want to be a gentleman. Why should I be a gentleman? Because Prabhupada said that all my disciples are gentlemen. He said that. He was very confident about this, very confident. So at least to fulfill his desire, we should be a gentleman. And with time, we should aim at becoming a pure devotee. Because that's going to please the entire parampara. So now, after this entire discussion, the Brahmana, he requested Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Tabhe vipra prabhu relaya aila nija ghare. आप मेरे घर पे आइए ना, प्लीज कम टू माई प्लेस. आपन इच्छाय प्रभुर नाना सेवा करे. And Lord was very happy, extremely happy. Okay, chalo, let's go. You're connected to Madhavendra Puri. Why will I not come? Chalo, let's go. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to his place, he took that opportunity to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in various different ways. भिक्षा लागी भट्टाचार्य कराइल रंधन तबे महाप्रभु हासी बलिल वचन. Now you all have to hear and tell me what next. So this Brahmana called, whom he called Balabhadra Bhattacharya. Because Balabhadra Bhattacharya, he would go to, when Mahaprabhu would be traveling. So at that time, he cannot go and take prasad in anyone's house, just like that. Because Mahaprabhu is a sannyasi, he takes prasad only in great Brahmanas' houses. So what Balabhadra Bhattacharya would do is, he would go get spinach, get some rice, cook that and offer it to Lord Chaitanya. So here this Brahmana, he told Balabhadra Bhattacharya, come. See, all these ingredients are there in the kitchen, freshly kept. You please cook for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when the Brahmana, he was telling this to Balabhadra Bhattacharya, at that time, Tabe Mahaprabhu hasi balila vachane. Mahaprabhu laughed and he said, what he said? Why? You only cook? I'm a low-class Brahmana. You're connected to Madhavendra Puri. Puri gosai tumar ghare karya chena bhiksha more tumi bhiksha deha ei mora shiksha. I give you an instruction. What is that? Madhavendra Puri has taken lunch at your place. Therefore, you should cook for me. And specifically in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami is quoting a shloka from Bhagavad Gita as told by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yad yad acharati shreshtas tattad evetaro janah sayat pramanam kurute lokastad anuvartate. So Mahaprabhu is telling that great Mahajan Madhavendra Puri has established an example. I just need to follow him. That's it. You have cooked for him. You're connected to Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri took prasad at your place. I'll also take prasad at your place. But what was the problem with this Brahmana? Yadyapi sanodiya haya saita brahmana sanodiya ghare sannyasi na kare bhojana. Actually, this Brahmana, he belonged to a specific category called Sanodiya Brahmana. Now, Srila Prabhupada gives elaborate description from Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. What is the problem? So here it is said in northwestern India, the Vaishya community is divided into various groups. Specifically, they are mentioning Agarwal, Kalavara and Sanvada. So these are three categories. Now when it comes to Agarwals, so they are the high class Vaishyas. But the other two classes which are there, they are considered low class because their occupations are degraded. They take wine and they do various other things. So those Brahmanas who become the priest of these lower class of Vaishnavas, they are in this category called Sanodiya Brahmanas. And therefore sannyasis don't go to their house to accept prasad because they are serving or they are guiding the low class Vaishyas. Therefore, here the Brahmana was little cautious that I shouldn't be cooking for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is sannyasi. I am Sanodiya Brahmana. I shouldn't be cooking for him. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he rejected that understanding and he said, no, you should cook for me. Tathapi puri dekhi, tara Vaishnavachara, shishya kari, tara bhiksha, kaila angikara. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying that, although you belong to Sanodiya Brahmana family, but Madhavendra Puri, he saw the wonderful Vaishnava qualities in you and he accepted you as a disciple. Therefore, Madhavendra Puri accepted the food cooked by you. Mahaprabhu tare jadi bhiksha magila dainya kari se vipra khaite lagila. So in Mahaprabhu, he requested the Brahmana that please cook for me. What do you think? The Brahmana said. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, please cook for me, what do you think the Brahmana said? Dainya kari se vipra kahite lagila. Firstly, he felt very, very humble. With great humility, he began to speak. He said, Tumhare bhiksha diba. Oh, I'm supposed to cook for you? I'm supposed to give bhiksha to you? Bada bhagya se amar. He said, oh, that's a great fortune. That's a great fortune that I have got. Tumi Ishvara nahi tomara vidhi vyavahara. You are Ishwar, you are transcendental. You will not follow the ordinary course of this world, I know. Therefore, you are ready to accept food from my house. Oh, it's a great fortune, great fortune, great fortune. Now, he knows very well that when he is going to give food to Lord Chaitanya, so other people who have that caste mentality, they are going to speak ill about Lord Chaitanya. This happened, no, with Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. In Vrindavan, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, he accepted bhiksha from a bhangi, from a sweeper. At that time, everyone started speaking there. And they started asking Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, why did you accept? From a low class person, why did you accept? And Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, he had a high class answer. And he said that in Vrindavan, the topmost thing that is there is the Chintamani Raj, the sand particles of Vrindavan. They're Chintamani. And when this sweeper is sweeping, he is the one who is always covered with the dust of Vrindavan. He is very highly qualified. Therefore, I accepted bhiksha from him. What do you say? Tell me, what will others tell? What will others tell? But then, what to do? People of this world, they always want to find some faults. Therefore, this person was knowing. So he said, Murkha loka karibeka tumara nindana sahitena parimo sei dushtera vachana. I know very well that there are many others, dushta, cruel people, who don't understand the principles of devotional service. They will blaspheme you. And at that time, you know what I will do, O Mahaprabhu? I'll not be able to tolerate that. Obviously, he didn't tell anything. Nahi hoga mujhse tolerate. Mahaprabhu, I think he understood what he'll be doing. This is a very nice mode to note that one can tolerate the insults of one's own self, but one does not tolerate insults on the devotee or on the Lord. Very, very important. As of now, it's ulta. अब भगवान को कुछ भी बोलिए, मुझे कुछ मत बोलिए. But with time, as we advance in bhakti, मुझे कुछ भी बोलिए. भगवान और भक्तों को कुछ नहीं बोलना. नहीं तो मेरे से बुरा और कोई नहीं होगा. So their dialogues work. Yes. Not the other way. It's a very, very important Vaishnava principle because anarthas are already there in us. And we're supposed to dovetail those anarthas towards Krishna. Therefore, Srila Narottam Das Thakur, he has given these anarthas and he said how these anarthas can be dovetailed in Krishna's service. And the first thing he says, Krodha, Bhakta, Dveshi, Jane. So you dovetail Krodha towards whom? Towards Dveshi, towards envious people, who are envious of Lord, who are envious of devotees. But when it comes to one's own self, people tolerate. That's the point that was made. प्रभु कहे श्रुति स्मृति जत ऋषि गण सब एक मते नहे भिन्न भिन्न dharma. So at times what happens is Shruti, Smriti, and even the learned sages, all the three might not be in agreement with each other. Because each one, might have a different thing to say. Like for example, someone might be following a different path, karma, jnana, yoga. So that person might say, this is best. But whereas the Shruti, Smritis, they might say something else. So whom should I believe? Whom should I follow? Dharma snapana hetu sadhura vyavahara puri gosaira jayacharana say dharma sar. Devotee's behavior will establish the highest dharma. Because the highest dharma is serving Krishna. How to serve Krishna, pure devotee can actually tell us by his behavior. And who is that great devotee? Here, Madhavendra Puri is that great devotee. His behavior is the essence of all the dharma. He tells how to behave. Therefore, these Mahajans, the 12 Mahajans given in Srimad Bhagavatam, and obviously the other Mahajans whom we accept in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, Srila Prabhupada says, if you want to accept a Mahajan, don't go out in other groups to accept a Mahajan. He says that in the group of Karmis, people will accept a highest Karmi as Mahajan. In the group of Jnanis, the one who is excelling in that path, they will accept him as Mahajan. In the group of all sinful people, the highest sinful Mahajan. Yes. But then Prabhupada is saying, if you want to accept a Mahajan in Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara. And who is that Mahajan in Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara? Accept the 6 Goswamis as Mahajan. Accept, and then he gives a list also. Accept these people as Mahajan. Therefore, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he has given us the 30 names as the Siddhas, which are mentioned in the introduction of Bhagavad Gita by Srila Prabhupada, the 32 names. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur gave the 30 names. And by their acharan, by their achar, vichar and prachar, it's understood that the 31st name is Saraswati Thakur and 32nd name is Srila Prabhupada. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Yes. So by their achar, vichar and prachar, it could be understood that they are the next ones in the line. Therefore, it's very important, which Prabhupada is saying, that one should accept Mahajan in one's own parampara, Gaudiya Vaishnava parampara. So after having all these wonderful discussions, what did the Brahmana do? Tabe sei vipra prabhu ke bhiksha karaila madhu purera loka saba prabhu ke dekhita aila. So here, inside the house, the Brahmana cooked. He served the Lord. Lord accepted. And everyone around in Madhupuri, that is Mathurā Puri, in Mathura, got to know that so-and-so person has come. Huge crowd was there outside the house of the Brahmana. And they were all shouting, "Hey, Bhara!" I'm sure ऐसा नहीं बोल रहे. They're all waiting. कभी आएंगे महाप्रभु, कभी आएंगे, हमें दर्शन करना है, साधु के दर्शन करने. At that time, what did Mahaprabhu do? Because now they cannot come inside. So someone has to come outside. Laksha Sankhya Loka Aise Nahika Ganana. Oh, very difficult to count the number of people who came. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is very emphatic on this. If you doubt my statements, you'll go to hell. Yes. So don't doubt on Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's statement. Of how many people were there? Oh, very difficult to count. Hundreds and thousands of people were present outside the house of the Brahmana. Bahira Haya Prabhu Dila Darshana. So Mahaprabhu came outside and Mahaprabhu gave darshan to everyone. And at that time, when Mahaprabhu came out, people were so ecstatic. And when everyone was there, Mahaprabhu did something very wonderful. Bahotuli Bale Prabhu Hari Bola Dhvani. Mahaprabhu raised his hand. Hari Bol! Prema Matte Nache Loka Kare Hari Dhvani. Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol! They're all jumping and dancing, saying Hari 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 Hari. In this way, Mahaprabhu, he made entire Mathura jump and dance in ecstasy. Entire Mathura. And this particular pastime is very, very important that we've discussed. The Sanodiya Brahmana and Mahaprabhu. There are so many things to learn. Because when you have right attitude, you're following right Vaishnava etiquette, and then when you enter Vrindavan, then you can gain something there. Otherwise, what we will do? We'll just commit offenses. So therefore, right at the start, now Mahaprabhu has not entered Vrindavan. Obviously, he's there in Mathura. It's part of Mathura Mandal, no doubt. But then, it's a very wonderful thing that is taught here through all these wonderful pastimes, that before you enter Vrindavan, you should have all these wonderful qualities. Once you develop that purity, the mood of pure devotional service, and with the mood of service, you enter Sri Vrindavan Dham. So Mahaprabhu, he went to different forests of Vrindavan. You can imagine, Swayam Bhagavan Sri Krishna, he, as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, with the mood of Srimati Radharani, he is entering his own Vrindavan. So when he went to Vrindavan, to the different forests, how ecstatic he was. How wonderful it was. And when the trees and the birds and the peacocks and the deers and the cows, when they saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, oh, they were ecstatic. So ecstatic. How ecstatic they were. We'll see that in the next class. So that's a discussion of the next class. That how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he went to different places in different forests, and how he inundated the entire forest with this ecstatic love. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.